often asked the question, can I change lawyers? I hired a lawyer, I'm not happy with that lawyer. Would you guys be willing to take over my case? The straight answer is yes. You can absolutely change lawyers, and the reality is it doesn't cost you anything. Most representation agreements are relatively similar with regard to the percentage that you wind up paying and the payment only when you settle your case. So what happens when you want to settle, when you want to change lawyers is the attorney's fee that you would ultimately pay if your case is settled is split between the attorneys that you have involved in your case. So if you have one attorney on your case for 3 months and you have a second attorney that's on your case for 6 months or 8 months, then there's a split between those attorneys, but it doesn't actually cost you as the injured worker anything additional because you're paying the same attorney's fee regardless of whether you have one or two attorneys involved in your case. Now, I will tell you this, there is a caveat to that. You don't want to change attorneys very often, and because it's okay to change attorneys one time. It's probably not as good to change attorneys multiple times because what happens is when you make that pie smaller, it's going to be harder for you to find an attorney. If you've got three prior attorneys and you're trying to find a fourth attorney, that fourth attorney knows that when your case is settled, they're going to have to split it with three other attorneys, and it's going to create a disincentive for them to want to take on your case. So can you change attorneys? The answer is absolutely yes. Does it cost you anything? No, it doesn't cost you anything to change attorneys. But once you change attorneys more than once, it is going to make it much more difficult for you to find another attorney going forward.